What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful warm Monday. I'm doing well myself. And I hope you guys had a very nice relaxing weekend. You know what I always say about that, they just go too fast. Over the weekend, I come across this particular story right here. And apparently back in 2021, Evanston, Illinois, a Chicago suburb, was the first U.S. municipality to launch a government-funded reparations program for the black residents there. Okay. Now, the thing is that that's all well and good, and I can guarantee you it was basically just a drop in the bucket. But hey, at least they showed some sort of initiative. They decided to give the black residents there in Evanston $25,000. Okay, a piece. That's per black resident. All right. But as a result of that, you have the white, well, some of the white residents, citizens there, that is opposing this particular thing here, citing that, they are favoring the city, Evanston is actually favoring black residents over, other races, basically. So they decided to turn around and slap Evanston with a discrimination lawsuit. Okay. Ain't that about nothing? I tell you, I'm not surprised though, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want our people to have anything, but before it's all over, we're going to have it all anyway because it was ours in the first place. They don't understand that, but they're going to learn today, eventually. Okay. So without further ado, let's check out this particular clip and then we'll get more understanding on it and then we'll complete the commentary.
A Chicago suburb is facing a lawsuit for paying out reparations to its black residents. Evanston, Illinois became the first municipality in the U.S. to launch a government-funded reparations program. But a conservative group has filed a class action lawsuit claiming the program discriminates against non-black residents. For more on this, let's bring in Emmanuel Felton. He's a race and ethnicity reporter for the Washington Post who has been covering this story. What are the grounds for this lawsuit?
Yeah, so the conservative group Judicial Watch argues that this program discriminates against non-black residents of Evanston. So under Evanston's reparations program, if you lived in the city between 1919 and 1969, or you're the descendant of someone who did, and you're black, you qualify for reparations, because the argument is during those 50 years, Evanston instituted a bunch of racist, segregationist housing policies that deprived wealth from the black residents of town. So they're saying this is our effort to rebuild the wealth that we deprived from you. Whereas Judicial Watch says, you haven't proved exactly who was harmed by these policies. And so by opening it up to all black residents, you're discriminating against non-black residents. And this is really part of a larger wave of conservative challenges against programs that came up after George Floyd's murder, right? So we're seeing, with the last year's Supreme Court decision in the affirmative action case, that the courts are very weary of these programs that give benefits to certain ethnic groups. And that's sort of having a clash with all of these programs, both in the government and in private sector. Like, just recently this week, a program that was going to give black women in Georgia who were starting businesses grants was struck down by an appellate court. So there's sort of a clash here between, how do we fix our age-old problems of racial discrimination in a way that really satisfies a federal judiciary that's really only interested in a race-blind policy.
Do you think the city will fight this all the way? I mean, what are they vowing to do?
That's what they're saying. They refuse to comment for the story, citing pending litigation, but they're saying they vehemently support this program. And they're looking to fight it all the way up. And, it's a program that they're very proud of. Evanston is very proud of being the first in the nation to institute something like this. But when you're the first, you open yourself up to challenges that, hopefully, if you're the second or third, you've learned from what didn't work for the first.
The people are at the center of this, who would be the recipients of reparations. What are they telling you about this legal fight?
Yeah, well, it's already happened. So Evanston's already paid nearly 200 people $25,000 each. So this is something that is already changing lives in Evanston. The question is, for all the people who were, so essentially how it worked is they pulled like bingo balls, and so if you were later in the poll, you were later in the wait list. So there's still hundreds of people on this wait list. And the question is what it will mean for them. It's already changed, from the people I've talked to. It's already, I don't know if it's 25,000 has changed their lives as much as it felt like a significant acknowledgement to them of the harm that was really caused here and across the country by housing policy for 50 years that really deprived Black folks of the ability to build wealth in the same way that white folks were able to with programs like the GI Bill and such.
I gotta be real quick with you on this, but do you think other communities are watching what happens here before they institute one of their own reparations programs?
Absolutely. This is something that it's already happening across the country. There are already people trying to institute these programs, and they're going to look to Evanston to see, well, here, what will the courts say here? I mean, we know in California, for instance, they tried to craft a class as they discussed the reparations program that wasn't necessarily race-based, but based on the fact that you were the descendant of a slave or a person who was enslaved in the United States. And so maybe the court will be more friendly on something like that. We just don't know yet.
Okay, Emmanuel Felton, thank you so much for coming on and talking about your reporting.
All right, now, Indiana, we nothing but right next door to Chicago, Illinois, Evanston, or what have you. Let's get the ball rolling over here, too. You understand? And let's get this thing, nationwide. You know what I'm saying? Ohio, all of that, these other places and stuff like that. Because, look, like I said before, it's really just a drop in the bucket. $25,000 ain't much money at all. But it does shows an initiative and it can help, for a lot of people. You understand? But the thing is this. We got subs out here mad and crying about that. You understand? See, the Most High is starting to reverse the curses. You understand? And then the enemy is going to find out and he's going to see what it's really all about and what it's really like to be downtrodden. You understand? Because see, they have done a lot of wrong and they do not want to right their wrongs. You understand? And then even when some place like Evanston wants to stand up, you understand, to make some kind of down payment, they got 5 on it, you understand, to try to do something about the wrongs that they have done to, Black people. You got these other idiots want to rise up and say, well, you discriminating. Ain't that about a bitch? And that's just all there is. Y'all don't have the right to even use that term. You're discriminating against, other people. You're favoring Black people and all that kind of stuff. That's a discrimination in itself for you to even say that. You understand? That's just the way I look at it. On the real. Now, since there was another time, ever since Evanston decided to give the Black residents these $25,000, there was another time before this where they actually, hit Evanston with the lawsuit, but it was dismissed. And they come right back again, trying it again. So more than likely it's going to be dismissed again. They can give it up, you understand? Because I guess this is what it's going to be. Evanston is going to pay its Black citizens, or what have you, 25 G's. And ain't nothing, these ones this conservative group, we know who it is. You know what I mean? Nothing y'all can do about it. But cry and get mad. You'll be all right. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.